From Shane Gillis confirming the PDF file allegations against Drake,
Jersey Drake's into the young ones. He's gonna get got in the next 5 years.
to Bill Cosby being exposed by Dave Chappelle for his horrific crimes.
Wild era. And while all this was going on, Bill Cosby raped 54 people.
And finally, Rob Schneider reveals the truth about Will Smith's backstage persona.
Will Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night. He's really an asshole.
This is 15 times comedians expose terrible celebrities, starting with the time Drake came under fire back in 2024 after Kendrick Lamar straight up accused him of liking underage girls in the song Not Like Us.
I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to Cell Block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him.
The line hit hard because it was direct, and once it dropped, people started connecting dots that had been floating around for years. But here's the thing, this wasn't new. Years earlier, Shane Gillis casually brought it up on a podcast while talking about R. Kelly.
Jersey Drake's into the young ones. He's gonna get got in the next 5 years. Unfortunately.
Everyone laughed it off at the time, but Shane doubled down, saying it was already kind of known, the same way people knew about other industry secrets long before they exploded. And now, looking back, that clip feels a lot less like a joke and a lot more like an early warning people chose to ignore. Speaking of early warnings, Katt Williams had his own brush with Hollywood's dark side. Katt said Harvey Weinstein was one of those people everyone knew you couldn't say no to. He was that powerful. Careers ended quietly if you didn't play along. However, Katt thought that rule didn't apply to him. But that was not the case.
I was as shocked as anybody about how powerful Harvey Weinstein was at the time that I was meeting with him, and how he could not be told no.
He claimed he was pushed out for speaking up about Weinstein before anything went public. Said Weinstein crossed a line right in front of people from his own agency, like it was normal, like no one would challenge it. But Katt did challenge it. He said no.
They canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my piss in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do?
After the realization of who Weinstein was, he began connecting the dots and started questioning others around him on how they got here.
He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, there's 3 other black guys on there. Woo! Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there?
I told him no. What y'all do?
If you thought only insiders were calling this out, think again. Ricky Gervais took the fight to a global stage. At the Golden Globes, he snuck in a brutal roast, mocking how Hollywood conveniently pretended not to see the abuse right in front of them.
Our next presenter starred in Netflix's Bird Box, a movie where people survive by acting like they don't see a thing. Sort of like working for Harvey Weinstein.
The crowd reacted, but Gervais didn't care. He made it clear the responsibility wasn't his. He was just pointing out the truth everyone else ignored.
You did it. I didn't. You did it.
Weinstein was about to face his criminal trial in Manhattan, but Gervais' joke hit at the real issue, Hollywood's long history of pretending not to see. However, Gervais didn't stop with Weinstein. At the 2020 Golden Globes, he called out Leonardo DiCaprio's well-known creepy habit of dating women half his age.
Once upon a time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long, Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him.
Just like Gervais spotted Hollywood's double standards, Katt Williams was calling out behavior behind the scenes that most people weren't talking about yet. Williams has been called out for opening a portal of hate, but often, what he said ended up becoming true. One notable target, Sean Diddy Combs.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is.
Long before Diddy's recent legal troubles made headlines, Williams had already publicly exposed him.
P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
He wasn't vague or joking around. Katt laid it out clearly, showing he knew what was going on behind the scenes in Hollywood well before the news caught up. By the time Diddy's issues hit mainstream headlines, Williams' words were already being dug up like a prophecy. Williams wasn't the only one dropping hints years before the headlines. Comedians spotting the truth early on wasn't limited to Masterson. Dave Chappelle did the same with Bill Cosby. Chappelle broke down Cosby's crimes in a way that forced the audience to face the full scale of what he did. He started by counting Cosby's victims like stats, laying it out in a way that made the numbers hit hard.
Bill Cosby raped 54 people. Holy shit, that's a lot of rapes, man. This guy's putting up real numbers. He's like the Steph Curry of rape.
Then he used satirical comparisons to make the audience confront just how shocking it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's over 400 hours of rape. It only takes 65 hours to get a pilot's license. If rapes were aircrafts, this nigga's Top Gun for sure.
He wasn't softening it. He just called it like it was, laying out the numbers and comparisons so everyone could see exactly how bad Cosby's crimes really were. Just like Chappelle, Kathy Griffin didn't sugarcoat anything. She went straight for the truth. She believed the allegations from the start, saying the stories about him had been around for years, and she wished they'd come out sooner.
What's your read on Bill Cosby?
Well, he seems like a serial rapist, to me.
Griffin also made it clear she stood with the victims, praising Andrea Constand and the others who spoke up, and saying Cosby was where he belongs in prison.
The idea that the biggest star on television would be a serial rapist, it's astounding.
She wasn't joking or dancing around the issue. She was naming it exactly for what it was, calling out a longtime predator before many in Hollywood would. The same way Griffin and Chappelle called out predators, Williams turned the spotlight on Hollywood itself, showing how the industry pressures black stars like Kevin Hart. There's a long-standing idea that black celebrities get pressured to wear dresses or take on emasculating roles as a kind of initiation in Hollywood. Some see it as part of a larger pattern of control, race, and power in the industry. Kevin Hart famously pushed back at this. He set clear boundaries, saying he wouldn't wear a dress.
Definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you know, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross.
But eventually, on SNL, the offer came, and he wore one.
9-year-old Oscar nominee, Quvenzhané Wallis.
Wow. That's when Katt Williams called him out, pointing out how the system subtly forces compliance and then spins it as choice.
Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh.
Williams' point, even when it's framed as a choice, the reality is Hollywood often sets the terms, and walking away is the real rebellion. From Hollywood's hidden rules to corporate greed, Bill Burr's old Nestlé joke suddenly feels relevant. Back in 2014, Burr went after powerful CEOs who treat basic human needs like business opportunities. One of his main targets was Nestlé's CEO, who had publicly suggested that water isn't a human right.
I'll say this though, like just the stuff that they focus on. You know what I mean? There's a guy from Nestle that doesn't think water is a human right. I mean, that guy should be hunted down and shot.
Burr's frustration wasn't subtle. He questioned why a company known for chocolate and food would even be talking about controlling water in the first place.
He was at Nestle. You're supposed to be happy, like making cocoa for people. And this guy's like going, well, people are running out of water. What if we owned all the water and we kept it under our plate?
At the time, it sounded like exaggerated rage comedy. However, years later, with non-stop headlines about corporate overreach and resource hoarding, people are digging the clip back up and realizing Burr wasn't being dramatic, he was reacting to something genuinely disturbing. Just like Burr called out hidden corporate power, Jim Carrey went after the secretive, controlling side of show business and called out Jimmy Kimmel along with it. Carrey had one of his strangest moments on Jimmy Kimmel Live when he walked out flashing a triangle hand symbol with his tongue in the middle. When Kimmel asked what it meant, Carrey didn't really deny anything. He leaned into it.
Is that a gang sign? Have you, Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is.
Carrey made it clear the symbol was for the members of the Illuminati and even accused Kimmel of being part of it.
Night to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is...
He took it further, saying that people on TV are basically paid to keep audiences entertained, calm, and unaware of what's really going on.
Show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
It was played for laughs, but the way he said it made people uneasy. Comedy exposing hidden truths isn't always about jokes. Sometimes it's about speaking up when the cameras aren't rolling, like Rob Schneider did about the Oscars. Schneider opened up about the infamous 2022 Oscar slap, giving a behind-the-scenes take on what happened to Chris Rock. Schneider called the attack a deliberate move and accused Smith of hiding who he really is.
Bill Smith has been hiding the fact of who he really is, and it was exposed that night, that he's really an asshole. But I wasn't.
When asked if Smith seemed kind, Schneider called him a liar and a fraud, and revealed he was silenced by the Academy because of political correctness.
You can't. The thing is, that's how politically correct the Academy is.
Right.
That they were so cowardly. Because if I would have done that, they would have been hauled out to prison. But because they were so worried about being,
Schneider's point was simple. Violence doesn't care about fame, race, or religion. Commit it in front of everyone, and it's still a crime. Whether it's Oscars chaos or social media, comedians and commentators have been calling out misconduct wherever they see it, like Andy Levy did with Chris Brown. Back in 2011, Levy called out Chris Brown over Twitter for something serious. Brown tweeted about planking on a sexy lady, and Levy responded, referencing Brown's 2009 assault of Rihanna.
Adding, you spelled punching wrong. Obviously a reference to the fact that Brown was arrested in 2009 for assaulting his then-girlfriend Rihanna.
Brown's fans, known as Team Breezy, immediately flooded Levy's mentions, accusing him of being immature and disrespectful. Levy didn't back down. Instead, he leaned into sarcasm.
I apologize for referencing the fact that you beat the crap out of Rihanna. It was disrespectful of me to draw attention to the fact that you put your girlfriend in the hospital.
Levy showed you could call out bad behavior publicly, and Jimmy Carr did something similar by pointing out the truth about Andrew Tate. Carr called Tate out for the image he projects, cutting through the hype to show how ridiculous it really is.
Tate, to me, is a 14-year-old's idea of what a man looks like.
He went further, pointing out the performative, fake tough guy persona Tate has built online.
He's cosplay Grand Theft Auto.
Carr's point was clear. Tate isn't some alpha figure or dangerous mastermind. He's a performance, a carefully constructed fantasy meant to look intimidating. Carr showed the act behind Tate, and John Oliver exposed the real abuse behind Harvey Weinstein and Hollywood's silence. John Oliver called out Harvey Weinstein and the Hollywood culture that let his abuse slide for years. Angie Everhart said Weinstein broke into her Cannes hotel room and people just shrugged it off.
What the fuck? So everyone knew and they just went with it. Oh yeah.
Oliver also roasted people who tried to excuse him, like Oliver Stone and Donna Karan.
Miss me. One, that is absolutely appalling. And two, how would Donna Karan know how women are dressing right now? It's not 1993.
Oliver made it clear Hollywood knew about the abuse for years, and this was the moment they finally faced it. Oliver exposed how Hollywood looked the other way, but not everyone stayed silent. Some comedians were spotting the warning signs long before the headlines broke. Conan O'Brien knew something was up with Danny Masterson way before he was convicted. After Masterson got sentenced to 30 years to life for sexual assault, an old clip of him on Conan resurfaced, and it's unsettling. Masterson joked about being teased by Bodie Elfman in 2004, making a very inappropriate line about grabbing people. Conan didn't let it slide.
He teases me and he says, "Hi, my name is Danny Masterson. Would you like to touch my balls?"
Masterson laughed it off like it was nothing, acting like it was all just a joke, but Conan clearly wasn't buying it.
Why are you asking people to do that? That's the more important part.
Conan even hinted at what everyone else was quietly noticing.
I've heard about you. And you'll be caught soon. I know you will.
I will.
Fast forward to 2023 to 2024, and that warning feels eerily accurate. Masterson was convicted of 2 counts of rape. Social media quickly resurfaced the clip, and suddenly those jokes weren't jokes at all. Looking back, from Masterson and Cosby to Diddy and Drake, these comedians didn't just crack jokes, they called out the truth long before the headlines. It shows how noticing things others ignore can matter. Sometimes, pointing out the weird, the wrong, or the unsafe is the first step toward change. Makes you think, what if we paid attention earlier? What if we spoke up instead of waiting for a scandal to blow up? Even in messy industries, one voice can shine a light and shake things up. Maybe the lesson is just stay aware, notice patterns, and don't ignore the signs. Subscribe